really?
Listen. First of all,
Yes.
soccer, football, we call it in Europe.
We call it soccer. Get used to it.
So we call it football.
Yeah,
And,
right.
Is it called soccer or is it called football? This is a question which many fans argue about, and people in the UK particularly feel very passionately about this. They often mock people in the USA or Canada for calling it soccer. They think that maybe Americans or Canadians invented this word. But actually, it's not true. The word soccer was invented in England, surprisingly. Let's see why. So, many years ago, in the 1800s in England, there was two types of football. There was something called association football, which we now know as football or soccer. And there was a second type, which was rugby football, which was famously invented at rugby school and is now more commonly just called rugby. But when both of these sports were first invented, they were both referred to as types of football. So they developed two nicknames, and association football became known as soccer. You can see here, the SOC came into here and became soccer. And rugby football became known as rugger. So you could have soccer and you could have rugger. Two types of football. Okay, so it's a little confusing because there's the A here. So I think originally people started calling it a soccer, but then the A was removed and it became just soccer. So this is how people would tell the difference between these two types of football that they wanted to play. Association football, or soccer, or rugby football, rugger. So it's very interesting now that there are still some countries that use soccer and some countries that use football. Let me explain why. We can see here the countries which use the word soccer are ones which have a different version of football as their main sport. So, of course, famously in the USA and Canada, football is what us British people would say is American football. So this is different. So they have football, American football, and soccer.